My name is Larry Salway, and this is a continuation of our Restoring the Broken Hoop. As I mentioned before, and I'll reiterate throughout this course of this program, that the sacred hoop, the circle of life, is very important to us. Birds build their nest in a circle. Teepees are in a circle. The moon is in a circle. The earth is in a circle. So circle reminds us everything is interrelated. I talked to you briefly about harmony, and that was one of the quadrants of the hoop. The other one is that of balance. We need to learn to walk in balance. We walk in harmony. It takes real effort to make sure that we are constantly in maintenance of that harmony that we begin with. And then we look at balance. Balance is being able to recognize that we live in a world where you see things, visual things. You see things, human beings, animals, the four-footed, the crawling, the flying, the animals of the ocean. So you see the beauty of the trees, the rocks, the earth, the herbs, the roots, the berries, the plants, the fruit, all of those things. That's seen. But in order for us to really maintain good balance, we have to realize that there is an unseen world out there. So as much as a lot of you don't like to admit it, there is a spiritual world. You cannot see it. It exists. It's in full swing. Just the way you go to a state fair or a carnival or a county fair, you see all people that are doing all kinds of activities to be entertained. And I promise you, in the unseen world, there's a lot of activity going on. A lot of things, a lot of spirits, a lot of things that you cannot see with your eye. But if you are close enough and you walk close enough to Creator and you maintain that harmony and that balance and that beauty and that peace and wisdom, you get glimpses of it. You see it. And a lot of times among our Lakota people and other Native Americans, when someone passes away and leaves this world, goes to another world, they'll say they saw them. But most of the time it's a peripheral vision, and you don't get a glimpse of them facially. It's off to the side. And a lot of non-natives, especially psychologists, say that they're hallucinating. That's hallucinations, and you're hearing voices. But in the native world, that's normal. You will see things. I'm a mature adult, an elder now, but I've seen a lot in my life. And I still see those unseen things out there. So we have to maintain balance. We have to acknowledge that there are some seen things and some unseen things. Now, if you're into intellectualism, forget this. Turn the tape off. Don't even watch it anymore, because it's just going to go, brrr. You're going to be out in La La Land for the rest of the time. But you just have to really realize that when you talk with a lot of the native people, there are some seen and unseen world. In this world of balance, you realize that there's interrelatedness. All things are related. And that's the same way with the seen and the unseen world. They are related, and they are dependent on each other. My grandfather said it this way. He said, you know, grandson, when we was created, Creator created us in the bowels of our Mother Earth. And we come forth from her bowels, from his strength and her beauty and her wisdom. And we were put upon her belly throughout our journey. And we were nourished from her breast. And we were nurtured from her. And as we began our life's journey, we walked upon her belly. And when our journey and our purpose was finished in life, she opened up her arms to welcome us back in. What they're saying is that everything is interrelatedness. There's birth, infancy, toddler, preschool, school age, young adults, adolescents, young adults, elderly, and then you leave this world and you go into the spirit world, interrelatedness. And there are also, the other thing with balance is there's some principles. And a lot of times you've heard people say that any native or indigenous population don't have principles. But our Lakota people, there are 4 values, cardinal values that they have: bravery, fortitude, generosity, and wisdom. There are 7 virtues or laws, sacred laws that we have for us to walk in that we call Lakol Waecho, means you're doing it the Indian way. And those 7 laws are to help, to share, and to give generously is one. The other is to be compassionate. The other law is to respect and honor each other. The other is to be patient and tolerant. The 5th one is to be humble and to seek humility. The 7th one is to be guided by your principles, your discipline, to be brave and to be courageous. And the other is understanding, wisdom. So there are some principles or ethics that the Lakota people abide by. This is all part of balance. Interrelatedness, unseen, seen, principles, respect. Already mentioned it as one of the 7 sacred laws. When we show disrespect to people, we break our own personal hoop. And sharing. If you don't share what you have, you also become very selfish, absorbed in yourself, and you break that hoop. So these are all things that we can look at. We look at harmony, and then we just looked at balance, and we see that for us to have a good, strong hoop, there's 2 more quadrants that we're going to look at, and then it'll help us to see that for us to restore our hoop, we have to walk in harmony, in beauty, in balance, peace, and wisdom on the red road to recovery. And it's a good way. In the Southwest, the autumn people used to come to me and say, "Larry, this is a sure good way." And it is. It's a good way. Mohammed Taqwa.